Hey everybody, welcome back to Jeff Bowles Central. We're doing another mental health video. Sorry, I got something in my eye just then. Doing another mental health video for you today. Please forgive the odd lighting on my face. My wife is over here. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and my wife is playing Baldur's Gate 3 on the television over here. So it's a little light fluctuations as she kicks butt in the Baldur's Gate. I'm not really sure where this is going to go, this talk. Quite honestly, I talked for about 9 minutes just now and decided to scrap the whole thing just a few minutes ago. I want to talk about the fact that, first of all, Christmas, the holiday season, I celebrate Christmas. That's why I automatically say Christmas. I'm sorry about that. I mean no offense with that. The holiday season, if you take offense, I don't know. It's a touchy one. These are touchy times. And I'm absolutely not interested in offending anybody for any reason. But this season kind of hit me really, really hard this time for various reasons. Just all sorts of stuff. You never know. You never know where this stuff comes from the past, from the future, whatever it is. And you know, I'm kind of realizing that I'm needing to that I'm wanting to get better at an accelerated rate because I'm tired of stagnation. I'm tired of. So I had my psychosis about 8 years ago. Life was pulled away from me in a way. The rug got pulled out from under my feet. Now I would like to get my rug back. Bring back my rug, please. Like a Big Lebowski thing. I want my rug back. It really tied the room together. And for me, that means I'm trying to remake connections on social media professionally for writing and music. And this YouTube channel, which is something I gained in the meantime, because this is basically how I've been supporting my mind the past little 8 years. I don't have many followers. You guys who are here, who are watching these videos, I really do appreciate you, man. Thank you for sticking around and watching this stuff. It's awesome to have an audience of any kind. That's what I've been doing to help myself through this process, because I realized pretty early on that I needed a project. And maybe that's just how I'm oriented. But in my life, when I didn't have a purpose of any kind is when I felt the most directionless, is when I suffered the most mentally and emotionally, and physically too. Because during those times, I would tend to take less care of myself than I should. So my project for the past little bit, while I've been trying to figure out what the hell happened to me and then to recover from it, that's been YouTube and my music and a little bit of my writing and all that stuff. And so I'm trying to form connections out there, and I'm trying to form connections for professional purposes. Maybe, I don't know, it's what I used to want, so it seems natural to me. But I'm also trying to form connections because I lost a lot of friends during this whole process, and I'd like some friends, So there's kind of reasons for that. And so for those reasons, I've decided I needed to kind of build back some kind of mental internal disciplines that have gone lax. I read a book one time in grad school by a pretty prominent PhD psychologist, talking about how when madness overcomes you, psychosis or just profound mental dysfunction, profound to the point where you are just laid low, you are, for lack of a better word, crippled in a way. Not that we're cripples, that's not what I mean, but that your ability to function in life is just gone for a little bit or for a while. There's and that's what it is, really. That's what I experienced. I experienced life's going along, gone. Now you got to build the pieces up again, Lego style, brick for brick. And So he described losing your mind as like a slackening of a rope. A nice taut rope is what most people's minds are, and yours just went lost all its tension. So you have to kind of reel that rope back in. You kind of have to wind it back up, get it tight again somehow. Yeah, that's my thinking. So if that's a thing, and if you're in a similar position, maybe you can relate. I have a pretty diverse group of people who watch these videos as well. There's people who are still very much suffering. There's people who are in the recovery phase. So what I would say is, if you're still very much suffering, you take care of yourself and you take care of the people around you, and you really be careful with what's going on with you. And you really get in and you get some treatment, and you try to get stable. But if you're stable and you're trying to pick up the pieces, building in a little internal discipline isn't so bad. So for me, that's making sure I'm making my videos, because it's fun. It's a fun kind of building of internal discipline, because I like creating stuff. That's what I'm driven to do. But it's also chores, household chores. It's also can be physical exercise, which is probably 100% beneficial no matter who you are. Daily tasks, paying bills. Something I'm not so great at is handling money anymore, which is unfortunate because I'm trying to build back professional relationships. You know how it is. Jeez. I think there's also kind of in me at least, a desire to do it really, really fast and get really better really quick so I can get right back out there, right back where I was. There's certain things that are gone for good, and I need to accept that. And there's certain things that I can't change. And one of the things I can't change is my brain's plasticity, the ability to reshape and reheal and relearn or learn new. Plasticity, I think it is. And I can't rush that process. That's a healing process. There's physical structures that accompany the mental and emotional trauma, the toll that it takes, right? And so I need to be patient. I need to go slow, because if I go too slow, I'll drop the ball. Because I'm also kind of I'm the kind of guy who always self-sabotage too, on the top of everything else. I'm a mess. Okay, don't mess with me. All right, you don't want any of this. So there's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of anger to kind of go along with this. I get frustrated because I'm just bored sometimes, man. I want to live. Oh boy, I want to get out there and I want to do stuff, and I want to play music live again someday, and I want to write books that people will read, and like go on book tours, and I don't know, meet people and have relationships and have fun with my wife and go to movies like I used to. And I'm limited. I'm really limited. It's really a bummer, guys. And what's more is that now that I feel I've gotten a little bit of distance from this thing, things make more sense to me, and I realize what I've lost and I want it back. And again, I think some of the troubles in life most people come across is that they cannot accept what is. They can only think about how it should be. And, that's not necessarily your timetable, man. You're not necessarily master of the universe, no matter how much you want to be. Sometimes you are at the mercy of other forces. So half of that battle, it's like the serenity prayer, the God grant me the I'm going to mess this up, but basically know the difference between what you can change and what you can't. And hopefully be granted a little bit of grace to be able to tell the difference, right? That's really important in life. It's really important in life. It's also really important for keeping your feet grounded in the here and now so that you can focus. Because the future and the past, they're shell games, man. You're going to keep your eyes constantly off the ball, right? I guess that's all I really that's all really I'm after tonight. This Baldur's Gate Eve. Christmas hit me like a ton of bricks, a little bit emotionally. I'm still reeling from that a little bit. But I'm on my feet more or less. And I do. I do feel myself. This is a continuous getting better for me, even though there might be trouble, even more there might be other collapses in the future. But I'm impatient, and I want to engender patience. Have a North Star, have a target, because if you aim at nothing, you'll hit nothing. Have a reasonable goal every once in a while. Try to wind yourself back up if you're feeling like you've let yourself go slack. And that's not going to be everybody out there. There's a lot of people who are too wound up, right? And they'd like, well, how do you slack? Show me that. Well, you can drop the ball and lose your whole thing that you've been building. I wouldn't advise it. For you guys, I would advise just like maybe easing off yourselves a little bit and easing off the world, and maybe stop building so much shit into your schedules. That's just me. Sorry for the swear word. All right, everybody. Yeah. Be well out there. Cut yourself some slack, or tighten up the slack if you've cut yourself too much. This is all a process. This is all part of the thing, man. And if you have been smitten with excessive mental issues, I'll say it that way, you're not alone. First of all, you're not the only person who's ever gone through this. There are people who can understand what you've been through. There are people who will sympathize. There are people who will be on your side, who will be your friend through this. Yeah. But you've got to be your own friend. And it's real hard some days, guys. It's real hard some days to be your own friend, but that's what you got to do. So I'm trying to build in these things back into my mind, back into my schedule. I'm trying to tighten myself up again mentally so that I can tighten myself up in my life. But I don't want it too tight either, because that's a stressful situation. So wishy-washy. That's where we're at tonight. Okay. I hope you got something from that. I don't know that I did, but be well, everybody. I'll talk to you next time. We'll pick another topic and go at it. Okay? Bye-bye.